Okay, how's this going to happen?
Make it stand up. Let me try.
Make it stand up. You
Make it stand up.
I like that. Can we record this?
Hello, my name is Kobe, the cultural ambassador from Ghana. I'm introducing to you Dr. Damages.
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We're coming to you from the greatest city in the world.
New York City!
Yes. New York City is so great that finally, our fashion police, they are out on the street.
What?
Oh, yeah. I knew that when we have this mayor, this hip mayor of African-American family.
Oh, yeah?
You know, the moment this hip African-American family took over Grace Mansion, that is the official residence of the mayor of New York City. Oh. Yeah, it became inevitable that the fashion police will follow them. So this week, two visitors traveling in an uptown F train encountered New York City girls who were self-appointed fashion police. Yes. The self-appointed. The girls made fun of the coat worn by one of those tourists from Chicago. One thing led to another, and the fight broke out. At the heat of that fight, the Chicago man landed a slap on the woman's face. It was a slap heard all over America.
What?
Watch.
Do when you get mad.
You sound stupid!
Fucking dirty, bitch.
You sound...
Nigga.
You know me?
Oh!
You know me?
Oh, shit! Wow. That is one hell of a slap. Talking about slaps, we have knocked off Ebola.
Yes.
Ebola came to New York City. Ebola saw New York City.
Yes.
And Ebola bowed to New York City. Yeah. We're not called Big Apple for nothing.
Yes.
The Ebola doctor who got the disease from West Africa, where he was treating the patients, was released this week from the hospital.
Good.
And that's it for Ebola for New York City and, in fact, the whole of America.
Yes.
Did you notice that the hysteria news about, Ebola everywhere ended as soon as Republicans won the midterm election? Did you notice that? They forgot about it. Finished. Once again, New Yorkers are free to pee in the train without fear of catching Ebola. Watch. Yeah, we do that. While we are talking about Republicans taking over the U.S. Senate, we missed the big news from last week's election. Okay. Voters in Washington, D.C. approved the legal use of marijuana. Igbo weed. Oh yeah. That black people do not vote in midterm elections did not get to this issue. 75% of voters approved the proposition that says you can smoke Igbo in Washington, D.C. Now, considering that the remaining 25% were too stoned to go and vote, you can safely say that 100% approved it. So you are now free to smoke weed in Washington, D.C.
Rastafari.
Yes.
Yeah, you are free. Yeah, anybody. I understand that as a result of that vote, Bola Tinubu and Wizkid, they have booked their Christmas holiday in Washington, D.C. They want to go where they will be free to do that.
Rastafari.
And you think the U.S. Congress, that they were slow in passing laws before. Wait until they come back in January.
Yes.
Everyone will be smoking weed. That even John McCain will appear on TV. He will still appear on TV, but now he will sound like this. Watch.
May I give the translation?
While Americans are trying to clear the smoke from the election, President Barack Obama left them and went to China. Yes. Yeah, he went for a meeting of Asian leaders. I'm like, is America part of Asia? Anyway, when Obama arrived, he was chewing gum. The Chinese were upset. Now, you can poison babies with lead toys, force prisoners to donate their kidney, But chew gum in public, no, abomination. People in the US, they were like, Republicans, they were saying that Obama messed up. They obviously have forgotten what happened when the last US president went to China. Watch.
I was trying to escape. It didn't work. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Now, we are recording this show on Thursday. We're not sure whether the internet will be around when we are done. I'm not sure you can watch this. Yeah, I guess you heard the news. They tried to break the internet this week. No, my man. I wasn't talking about the European spacecraft that landed on the comet. No. But anyway, since you have started showing the video, let's talk about that. Yes, an European probe left Europe 10 years ago and traveled 6 billion kilometers in space to land on a comet this week. Yes. Isn't that wonderful?
Amazing.
Now, watch the commander of the center where they were watching it, the reaction when it landed. Watch.
The European Space Agency successfully landing a craft on the surface of a comet.
Yes, he said this is a great achievement by mankind. I don't know why they are making a big deal out of this. African witches have been going to the rooftops of buildings and on top of trees and electric poles for generations. We've been doing that. I never saw anybody call the world press conference because of an African witch that went on it. All that we need now is a command center that will guide these witches to go to comets and asteroids and stars. That's all. We too can do it. African woman, man, fly to the stars.
Yes.
This European probe will tell us if there are other lives out there in space. Don't you worry about that. Yeah.
Yes.
And most importantly, if it is the same God that made Kim Kardashian, who also made your girlfriend. Have you ever wondered that? Is it the same God that made her? Anyway, before I was distracted by the European spacecraft, I was talking about the breakdown of the internet. Kim Kardashian broke down the internet this week. Yeah. If you are a man and you have not seen those tasteful pictures, it must be your first day on this planet, or you must be in prison. Check very well. In fact, I heard that DHL, that they have been delivering those pictures, copies of these pictures to prisons all across the world this week. Yeah, people need to see it.
Really? Wow.
So Kim Kardashian showed her famous backside in a photo shoot. Yeah. She did that just to shut up some people who have been saying that she has no talent.
That's a real talent.
Can any of you make champagne glass to stay behind your butt? Can you do that? Can you?
Can you do it?
Oh, I can do it. If you have any child watching, this may be a good time to close his or her eyes.
Okay,
All right.
doctor. No, you have to be down. Go down and then you're getting there.
I don't.
Can you do it?
I don't think you're doing it.
You might need a real doctor.
We need a real model.
Yeah, model.
Yeah, get a real model. You don't have the talent.
Doctor.
You don't have the talent. Let's get a real model.
You're the one that don't have the talent.
Let's get a real model.
Model.
Aha.
me?
Yes. Aha. Kim Kardashian, you think you're that. We got African.
Oh no.
Our own African.
Is that me?
Yes.
Our own.
Aha. Let me drink one.
Okay.
Kim Kardashian, watch. This is for you.
This is how you do it.
This is how we do it in Africa. Well, keep quiet.
Did she hold it
Hold-
like this?
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And smile.
You have to bend down a little.
Bend down a little bit. Yeah.
Watch your back.
Okay.
Because this has to rest
That's
on.
how she did
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Bend down.
It's
This-
resting, no.
But yeah,
You see?
can you clap for her? I think she has the talent. Yes. Aha, let me leave it.
So now you have to throw the champagne.
Throw the champagne. Let the champagne come up. Let the champagne come up. Some feminists are saying, oh, it's unbecoming of a mother like her to be doing such a thing. The moment I heard that, I tore my feminist ID card.
Voilà que mama. Adoption.
Petnashi. Ich padnami patuskami. Patuskami. Musa daje toilet na maga lushe chem eta. Luboy pasosba.
Yes, I had to, you know.
You had one?
Yeah, I had one. Oh, nonsense. Of course. The big news this week is that Nigeria's president, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan,
Bad luck.
has declared for a second term.
Ebele.
He did it in Abuja, while thousands and thousands of rented crowd were there cheering him on. Oh, no, they were not rented? Huh? Oh, okay, they were paid. If you missed it, don't worry. He will repeat it in 6 other cities in the world.
Yes.
Yeah. It's essentially coming to a city near you, unless your city is called Chibok.
Long thing.
So the president used a teleprompter for the first time for this great event. Despite days and days of practicing, you know, you can see that he was struggling with the thing. Watch.
Let me crave your indulgence for all of us to stand up for 1 minute of silence to remember these young lads that have lost their lives.
Can you imagine that? The man said, let's give these girls, these kids that were killed, 1 minute of silence. And he ended up giving them 20 seconds. Something is wrong over there. Now, did you notice that he did not wait? He didn't wait. He couldn't wait for 30 seconds. The man was obviously nervous.
For all of us to stand up for 1 minute of silence to remember these young lads that have lost their lives. May their gentle souls rest in peace.
Now, but our dear president made a lot of sense in that speech.
Really?
Yeah. For instance, he talked about ending the practice of taking from the needy and passing it on to the greedy. Yeah, watch.
Before our reforms, fertilizer procurement and distribution took from the needy and gave to the greedy.
That's your job.
Yeah. Here he was referring to his insistence that Aliko Dangote must reduce the price of cement. Yeah, so that government contractors can get a break. Did you get that? Now, at a point in the speech, President Jonathan boasted that his government does not keep any political prisoner.
Yeah.
Watch him.
Proud to say that there are no political prisoners in Nigeria today.
Yeah. Okay. I understand that Jonathan does not consider the Biafrans locked up in Abuja and Enugu as political prisoners.
Yes.
I understand that. No, that's okay. Well, I won't count the ones that were killed and dumped inside the Anambra River as political prisoners. Are they? No. Maybe to Jonathan, these men are mere criminals. But what about, okay, let's give that to him, but what about this man? What about that man? Yes. If that man is not a political prisoner, I don't know who else is a political prisoner. Look at him. Is he a criminal? No. Anyway, congrats, Mr. President, for that, putting up your hat and throwing your hat inside the ring. Now what? Now what? Indomie strategy?
Oh, yeah.
Is that? That's next?
Strategy.
Anyway, meanwhile, last week, Akwa Ibom State built and commissioned the Akwa Ibom International Stadium. It is one of a kind in Africa.
State of the art.
Yeah, Governor Babio and President Jonathan were all smiles on that day. You know, they were smiling. They accomplished something wonderful. I'm not one of those people who are cynical about everything. I have come to accept that my priority may be different from that of Governor Babio. I may want pie-borne water, and Babio may want an elephant to take him to the airport. You know, I understand that. I'm in a different place. He's up there. So I get it. But did you notice that Akwa Ibom Stadium is the only major stadium in the whole wide world that is called International Stadium? What does that tell you? Yeah?
Give it 2 years.
Now,
Become local stadium.
exactly. In Boko Haram news, did you see these pictures of Boko Haram members parading on the streets of captured towns and preaching to residents. Did you see the pictures?
Yeah, I saw it.
Now, if you were like me, you'll be wondering, what happened? Where are the military men that were supposed to be fighting these people?
In the barracks.
And who took those pictures? I heard that the jets were flying overhead taking the pictures. Could that be? Yeah. Imagine while our soldiers were all running into Cameroon, hunters are the ones who are chasing Boko Haram away from cities. Yeah?
Vigilantes.
What kind of soldiers do we have again?
They're vigilantes.
Anyway. Once again, we check in with Mrs. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, the Minister of Finance and the Coordinating Minister of the Economy, to see how Nigeria's economy is doing. With this falling crude oil price, we need to know. Now, this week, there was a news report that Nigeria's external reserve dropped by $1.6 billion in only 3 weeks, and the naira has depreciated by 6%.
Wow.
So, Ngo baby, what's going on? What's going on with our economy?
The economy is doing fantastic.
I told you. Ngo baby. Just so you know, God is watching you. God is watching you. There is a God.
There is God. Oh.
Now, in science news, a DNA expert says that in Nigeria, 3 out of every 10 Nigerian men are not the biological father of their children.
Ogbe.
3 out of every 10. Like 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
3 out of every.
Na lie.
Why are you looking at me? My father is dead. Why are you looking at me? Eh?
The one that you
Who? Jonathan? Eh? I said my father is dead. What? That's the end of the story. Me? Jonathan?
Wow.
This is the weekly segment that we call TB.
Watch.
Last week, we hinted that Prophet TB Joshua goes somewhere to pray. A place that even his lawyer cannot go. Remember that the lawyer was asked to take something to the pastor. The lawyer said, I don't know where he goes to. Somewhere. Now, our crack reporters finally got a copy of the video of where TB Joshua goes. Watch. I believe it's the same place where they wrote the 50 Shades of Grey. Do you know the book? You know what I mean? You know, I think you know. Yeah. You know what I mean. You don't know. Yeah, of course you don't read books. How do you? Here are some stories making headline news across Nigerian newspapers this week. Stop killing Christians, Ayo Orisojafo tells Boko Haram. Actually, they answered him. They said, yes, pastor. And then they look at each other and they said, he counts himself as a Christian? In that case, we are Christians too.
Oh my God.
Why Nigeria records mass failure in English and math by Education Minister Shekara.
It's appalling.
My guess is this. The answer is very simple. We have teachers like Patience Jonathan, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan. What do you expect?
A1.
They were teachers. I mean, most of you don't know. They were teachers.
Yes, they are teachers.
USA frustrating Nigeria's war against Boko Haram, says the federal government. Now, this is a serious accusation. How come everyone is frustrating this war except the people managing it? APC is frustrating it. Police is everybody except the people managing the war. How? Sahara reporters is frustrating it. What? Keeping it really frustrating it. Anyway, we saved $191.6 billion from sugar importation, says the federal government. Now, we hear all these things. We save this, we save that, billions here and billions there. Why are we borrowing? Why are we still borrowing money? $191 billion, and we still borrowed $1 billion to buy arms. Can't you use money from that? Use money from that savings. Where did the money go? Ngo baby. Ngo. This is for you. A question again for you. Ngo baby. Anyway. Helicopters evacuated the chief of defense staff, Bade's family, from Mubi. Did you hear that?
Yes.
That they had to go in there and evacuate the family. I mean, I said there is hope for Nigeria. There is hope. I believe now there is hope. Okay. The military came out and denied it. But that, how did the family live then? How did the family? Oh, they use armored vehicles. I get it. Sometimes I get confused. Anyway, you are the first president to lose a part of Nigeria, says Atiku to Jonathan. Former vice president is telling Jonathan that he's the first person to lose a part of Nigeria to Boko Haram. Now, I thought we lost Abuja to rich people a long time ago. The poor people there, they were taken out. We lost Abuja to rich people. He's not the first. So, Chadian president fooled Nigeria on this phantom Boko Haram ceasefire. Did you hear that? He was the one that organized it, and they fooled Nigeria. Now, how about we make Chad our 37th state? Forget about it. What army are we going to use? What army? Is it the one running into Cameroon? Forget about it. Forget that I said this. Boko Haram has declared war on Nigeria, says Senate President David Mark. No way. My man David Mark, you finally noticed it? Oh my God.
Thank God.
No, our problem is solved. It's solved. Just watch now. On your mark, set. Stop calling Jonathan an idiot. This is a warning from Doyin Okube. Stop calling. So what should we call him, Mr. Okube? What? Oh, okay. I didn't know they were calling him that. But what should we? By the way, what do we call you? Idi what? Idi. But
Idi talk.
it's terrible. Senators against governors coming to the Senate are greedy, says Governor Aliu Babangida. Now, I agree with this. I don't normally agree with Aliu, but I agree with him on this one. The Senate should be reserved for ex-governors as their graveyard. They go there and die. They go there and stay. We forget that they stole money until they die. That's why we have the Senate. David Mark, Chris Ngige, all of them are there. Let's just leave it there. They go there and die. That's where they go and die. Why comedian Julius Agu withdrew from 2015 governorship race?
Money don't finish.
No. This is my guess. The guy was serious, and then finally he started taking his Prozac medication.
Money don't finish.
He said became all right again because he lost it. It's time for your emails. It's time for your email. So, do we have emails today?
Every day, doctor.
Okay, please, let's hear them.
Okay, our first email is from Ua Collins. He writes, "You guys are doing marvelously well. Thank you, and God will always be on your side.
Thank you.
I was filled with tears when you said shame on Abians, because I am one.
Oh.
I complained about this TA orgy on episode 153. How he was planning to go to the Senate. But now the whole family is trying to get one political post. But I know come 2015, TA orgy, rest in place, is going to be in the prison with his white garments. His whole family will feel the wrath of God for their deed in God's own state. God is watching."
Collins, thank you so much for writing. You are right that God is watching. But that's all that God is doing. He's
Really?
waiting. Yeah, he's waiting for you to lead the way. If Abia people sit back and wait for God to come and save them, they are all in shock. The people of Burkina Faso, they waited for 27 years for God to save them. When they figured out that God was not was also waiting for them to lead the way, they went on the street. So do something. Next.
Our second email is from Mohammed Shima in Kwara State.
Okay.
He writes, "Dear Dr. Damages, thank you for damaging all the political thieves that we have in Nigeria. Please help me tell them that they should release money so that workers can earn their hard-earned money, especially in Kwara State."
I don't get it. I don't get it. What makes these governors think that it's okay for them to collect the billions in security votes each month, but fail to pay their workers? How will they hope that these workers will secure the states? I don't get it. I don't get it. I think we can start fixing that country from here. If your governor fails to pay you, I say report him to Doyinokupe.
Hey.
Yeah. Tell Doyinokupe that the governor is insulting you. Maybe he will do something about that. He said he would start training people. Next. Nonsense.
Our third email is from engineer Hashim
That's
Alaji
my friend.
Abdullahi.
That's my friend. We used to Isuya a long time ago, when I was in Kano. Go ahead.
Engineer.
Yeah,
Didn't you go to engineer?
I was an engineer too before I became a
Yeah.
doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, things
Okay.
change. Next, go ahead.
Dear Dr. Damages.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question.
Oh.
African leaders, in fact, Nigeria in particular, lack positive ideas. Our nation is in a security, social, and economic dilemma, to mention but a few. And we are all aware that leaders over there cannot be easily voted out. What do you think is the way forward, Doctor? My regards to you and your crew members, and God bless.
Thank you, Engineer Abdullahi. Yours is a very important question. It is not a democracy if the consent of the people is not upheld. Yeah. And if lives and properties are not protected, then the people must be able to change their leader. When that is not what we have, the only option left is to follow the example of Burkina Faso. I'm just saying. Next.
Okay. Our fourth email is from Stella in Germany.
Oh,
She writes.
that's my friend. That last time I went to Germany, we hung out in Berlin, and
So how did you get to Germany? On a boat? Or...
I know. Don't worry. Because I don't take you to places. Next year we go to places.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, then you will
now
start
we're talking.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hello, Dr. Damages. I am Madam Stella,
Hi.
a Nigerian German from Asian.
Wow.
I wrote to you before.
I know.
When Jean Doctor.
You're speaking Latin. This is German. Hitler will be annoyed with you. You have to speak German like
Hey,
Germans.
okay. Yeah. She said, when Jean Doctor.
Hey, this is Chinese. Speak
Doctor.
German.
Okay. We get chess, doc.
Go ahead.
Basically, she's saying, how are you?
Oh, okay. Now you.
She said, I'm a huge fan of yours and I appreciate what you're doing with the show. I admire how you're organizing the program. I hope this will change the political situation and end the corruption in Africa. Ik Fidel Escu. That dude. Hey! Stella! You think I'm German?
You
Okay.
have to be sophisticated to work on this show.
Homo
Go ahead.
boy.
Yeah.
Madura. Undat.
Jesus help us.
Damage. Zoom lakum. Brink.
Yeah. It's
Brink.
Yeah.
In German, we say Vielen Dank, which means thank you so much. Greetings to Tomato Juice. Greetings to you too. Oh.
What can I say? Thank you so much, Stella.
Hey. My German is up here.
I'm a citizen of Aachen too. And as my homeboys in Brooklyn will say, how do we say that in Brooklyn? How do we say?
Peace out.
Because we can speak our own language here. Next.
Okay, our fifth email is from Eddie in South Africa. He writes,
Oh, that's Eddie again. You remember him? Go ahead.
hey,
I'm
scaring
ready.
me.
I'm ready for him. Go ahead.
Dear Dr. Damages, what do you have to say about South Africa Parliament, where opposition MP shows the middle finger to the deputy president in Parliament? Hey! Eddie.
Middle one. This one.
That one is the middle one.
Eddie. That man is lucky that he is in South Africa. If he were to be in Nigeria, Doyinokupe, the president's attack dog, would have grabbed him by the neck and taken him to the gas chamber for proper training. Yeah. He's showing the middle finger to the president.
You're getting the one.
Is it
Which
this finger?
No.
This one? This is the one
The
they
middle.
this one they put the ring on.
No, it's the other one.
This
in the
one.
other hand.
The
ring.
Anyway, Eddie, thank you so much. Such a thing cannot happen in Nigeria. They just call the president idiot and there's trouble. You can't do that. Next.
Okay, our final email is from Prince.
Already? Prince,
This
okay.
is fast.
Prince,
Hi, Dr. Damages. I would like to roast you a bit. I 12 for that your stethoscope. Come extraordinary patella hammer.
People want this. I know. They make the only one. Go ahead.
I'm sure. Don't ever use it on your patient toe because na so bone you go break.
We need to break some bones here in Africa. Go ahead. African leaders, yeah.
Is this your theater real? Or is it just background 3D picture? He said he's just joking. Anyway, he loves your program, making people happy since 1900.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, my man. Prince Ejike. Thank you so much. This stethoscope is specially designed to deal with whatever we see in the body of an African leader. Anything. If there is bone that we need to break, break it.
Break it.
Yeah. And about our theater, you need to come here and see. You know, this we use
You're
this.
missing out.
When we are not on air, we do real operations here. Seriously. Come and see. Anyway, that's all the time we have for emails. Please keep sending your emails to
drdamages@gmail.com
and follow us on Twitter at
Dr. Damages.
Now, here is my concern for today. It's taken from page 419 of the book, Japanese Proverbs for Africans.
So the Japanese know
Yeah,
that.
I go far to bring you the best. And it says, the reverse side also has a reverse side. You know, when you see tomato juice, the reverse side has also the reverse. You know what I mean? Until next week, I'm Dr. Damages. I diagnose.
You hear yourself.
I'm not saying that. Where do I fit in that reverse side?
Everything has a reverse and the reverse of the reverse. Look, keeping it real. The reverse is not keeping it real. That's what I'm saying.
So what's the reverse of keeping it real?
Not keeping it real.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, as long as I'm not in it.
Until next week, I'm Dr. Damages. I diagnose.
You heal yourself. So what's your reverse side?
My reverse
Since
side.
you just talk about my reverse side.
Instead of being Dr. Damages, I'm Dr. Jackery. Something like that. No,
That's the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. Jackery is different from Damages. In fact, they say it's counter computer.
Counter what? All that English that you're bringing. Too much.
I'm on the rock, and then I take a stop. I had to run like a fugitive.
Welcome to Forstview Luxury Hotel. At Forstview Luxury Hotel, we offer excellent service. Our rooms have all the necessary facilities to make your stay comfortable and memorable. You will also have access to internet service, breakfast, 24-hour power supply, full air condition, free international calls, free tire pumping service, and free car battery charge. So what are you waiting for? Quickly visit Forstview Luxury Hotel. We are located at number 1 Adeola Mishile off Raji Rasaki Road, First Estate, Amuwo, Odofin Festac, Lagos. For more information or reservation, please call us on 080-7578-7135 or 080-9990-0601. You can also take advantage of our online ongoing promo at www.forceviewhotel.com to make your reservation and payment for your favorite room, which attracts a discount rate. Please note, rooms are reserved based on first come, first serve. Forstview Luxury Hotel. Experience the home of comfort. They come.